Well, right now we're on the Smart Cybersecurity panel on the topic Bolstering Cybersecurity with AI, an imperative for COVID times. Well, we're looking at covering identifying data sources and create data platforms to operationalize AI, select the right use cases to accelerate and maximize benefit, collaborating externally to enhance threat intelligence, deploying security, automation and response, and orchestration to improve security management, potential compliance implications of huge increase in mobile working and use of personal devices, training cyber analysts to be AI ready, installing governance for AI in cybersecurity to deliver long-term improvement. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got with us our panelists, MAJED Al-Shodari, the CISO of Allied Cooperative Insurance. Well, Mr. Al-Shodari provides companies with IT insight, enabling businesses guidance securely and a leadership that will foster a successful business decision-making platform using the right set of IT portfolios. We also are joined by Mohammed TARIQ Ahmed Khan, Head of Information Security Audit, Arab National Bank. While an experienced cyber security manager with more than 21 years of strong background of audit and assurance in the domains of cybersecurity, business continuity, and disaster recovery within banking and finance sector. We're also joined by Mohammed Saad MOUSA, the CISO of IKEA. Well, Mohammed Saad MOUSA, for more than 15 years, Mr. MOUSA has a wide experience in working with the government and private sector, implementing and auditing different governance, risk and compliance cybersecurity frameworks. We're also joined by our panelists, ABDELMAJED Asayed, the Senior Cybersecurity Consultant, MedGulf. Well, ABDELMAJED, with over 21 years of vast experience, is a cybersecurity consultant, trainer, mentor, and a speaker with focus cybersecurity and information assurance. And this entire panel discussion is going to be moderated by Abdullah FAISAL BIARY, the CISO of Salama Cooperative Insurance. Well, Abdullah is a cybersecurity specialist and a programmer in the Deanship of Information Technology. While at the King Abdullah University, part of his specialized roles including digital forensics, penetration testing, and big IP F5. So ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to get the entire panel on the stage and your screens. Over to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and thank you all the CISOs and professionals in the cybersecurity field for joining us today. It's a great pleasure to be speaking with you, gentlemen, and getting your input in cybersecurity. So we'll start out with budget. It's all the huge issue about getting and accurate the right budget for the cybersecurity department, right? So do you believe that artificial intelligence can reduce the budget spent on cybersecurity in the future? We'll start out with Mr. MAJED, if you could give us your input on it.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Actually, bringing new technologies such as the emerging technology, AI, big data, and name it, and replace the traditional technologies that we are having or running nowadays, it depends, if you allow me, to three main items. The first one is the way of doing the business and technology that we are running. For example, running a very traditional data center as we are doing nowadays, instead of going for the clouding and outsourcing for hosting. The second one is about the manpower or the HR in here, where we can to a certain level replace the security operations center agents, if you allow me, not all of them, to be more focused and independent, based on AI technology. And the last item, which is thinking about it as an investment. For any investment, there is CapEx budget where you need to invest, or corporates need to invest much amount, where need to be ready and secure this amount, then go a little bit down with the OPEX or operational cost. In conclusion, all mentioned items need good governance, and of course will be leading to cutting the budget in a way or other. However, it's need also to secure to certain level a certain amount in hand for these corporates to start joining the new era. So is it costly? Yes, at the beginning, but in the future and after some time, it will be very effective or efficient to these corporates. Yes.
Thank you for your input. Mr. Mohammed Tariq Khan, please give us your input on the cybersecurity and will it be reduced with the integration of artificial intelligence? Your mic is muted, dear.
Yeah, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about on the cybersecurity side in terms of artificial intelligence. So the importance is very obvious and everybody knows about it. But the main role, which is important for AI implementation in cybersecurity, is the data. We know that there is around 2.5 trillion bytes of data is generated every day in the world. And these figures, have been increasing, and they will keep on increasing due to hyper connectivity in which we live, induced by digitalization, Internet of Things, and social networks, and all of these things. And the important thing is that nearly 80% of the data generated is erroneous or incomplete, and therefore it has no value for business decision making. Just imagine if this erroneous data, incomplete data is fed into AI techniques. Of course, the results would be misleading and the decision-making process will be completely compromised. So I emphasize on the importance of the data quality, which is an integral factor when applying artificial intelligence techniques into cybersecurity, because we know that the results of these solutions would be as good as or as bad as the quality of data used in the AI techniques. So normally people, when they implement the product, AI product in the organization, they simply, put it in the production environment. They believe that, oh, we are very secure, we are very safe, but they don't think maybe it is not effectively implemented, because people think that when they implement the best of breed technology in the environment and they feel this is the false of security, that they are very safe and secure, but in reality it may not be the case. So they should think of effective implementation of the technology, not only AI technique but also other technologies in the cybersecurity to make the most of it.
Agreed. Mr. ABDELMAJED, let's have your input on it. Your mic is muted also, dear.
Yeah. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, it will be the same question.
Yes, it will be the same question, or we can move on to the next question if you want to go on to the next one. I think most of the panelists addressed it pretty well. So let's talk about artificial intelligence and how it has been integrated in your company. Do you have any artificial intelligence devices or software that you use within your company at the moment?
Yeah, thank you, Abdullah, and I'll welcome for all you gentlemen. Maybe for some of you, this is the several time I met you, but this is nice to meet you again. And I'm just talking about the artificial intelligence, our company. Unfortunately, we don't have this technology yet, but I face some, or I met some companies that they are using the same technology, which really give me a big hit that there is a big difference. For example, I met one company that they have artificial intelligence for the endpoint security. The guy, he's give me some demo. I noticed that some files are, the updating of the antivirus is not that much. It's like 5 years ago. He's using the engine 5 years ago. The engine is dealing with the file pattern, not the file behavior or heuristic. So from the file pattern, it can stop. Even he stopped Shamoon, he stopped some really well-known virus, this is really amazing. For sure that this means that the artificial intelligence will make a big change. If any company that they can accommodate any kind of artificial intelligence, will help them to boost their protection, will help them to be more have more visibility in their network to see exactly what's going on. And because you know that the traditional tool, not all of them, they can help you on this. You have to get some tools and then you complement with another tool like that. Yeah, you don't have one tool that could help you to have very good visibility on that. Thank you.
Great answer. So you're saying that the AI can assist with the ransomware, you could say, for instance, right?
Sure. Yeah. Very big change.
Agree. Let's go move on to Mr. Mohammed MOUSA from IKEA. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Great to meet you all again. I think I met people from you, and really I miss you in real conferences, and I miss the stage actually. However, this is the case now, and let's start from there. Actually, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, we are talking new capabilities for information security. Mainly, artificial intelligence is to emulate people behaviors or emulate a human behavior. So let's take a case, for instance, like email security. A lot of solutions that we have in our environment for security can judge the attachment of the email, can judge the link inside the email, but cannot judge the content of the email. So the new artificial intelligence bring a new capabilities that some devices can read the emails and judge the content itself, if it's a scamming, if it's a spamming or not. So artificial intelligence, in my point of view, is adding a new capabilities for information security. However, we still expect more from artificial intelligence professionals because we still have a lot of challenges coming in the next near future. For instance, if we are talking about integrating the 5G IoT in our environment, we will have a huge numbers of events, and I believe that this will be a very challenging for SIM and SOC solutions. So then we need the artificial intelligence. Actually, we need the artificial intelligence to reduce the overlogs or over number of logs that will come to our SOC and SIM solutions after integrating the new emerging technology in our environment. I think this will be cost reductions, of course. However, it's need investment in the beginning, but still it have a very good return on investment.
Perfect. Thank you. Since you brought up the humans and the humans factors, will the human factor in cybersecurity be reduced due to artificial intelligence? Do you think that's going to be happening in the future, that less humans are going to be needed in the cybersecurity departments due to artificial intelligence perhaps taking over? I'll give the mic to Mr. Majed.
Of course, this is AI. It's a new technology similar to any other previous technology that's come on the surface for the last 10-15 years, and it will be replacing and enhancing or improving the business processes and profit on the other hand. However, I don't think that all positions will be totally replaced from day one, as much as understanding what has been mentioned by Mr. Mohammed, Mr. ABDELMAJED, and of course Mohammed MOUSA here, that things will be going gradually, okay, as steps. First, being automating whatever responsibilities and roles for example, the Security Operations Center agents. That can be, of course, replaced, but I'm not sure about the supervisor level or the manager who is looking after this, because still the human, as a human nature and influence, is still needed to improve things and enhance the processes. And of course, the AI can understand and do the proper analysis where it can catch and observe new activities or behaviors that happening on a computing environment, but still, we need also to observe the AI as a technology itself. So the human being still as a factor, it should be there, and we shouldn't go without it, even in the biggest factories in the world, which is knowing for the AI technology, like the car manufacturing factory, is still the human in there, and still. But again, this is not meaning that we will be running, when we will be losing the jobs. As far as this is a great opportunity for all of us, okay, for new. Let's say new journey, new learning journey, where we can to focus on AI or any other technologies, and shift our cybersecurity understanding of being very traditional. And go with this optimistic view, and focus more on how can we contribute. So it's not about losing job as much as finding new way for to continue the journey. Yeah.
Okay, perfect answer. Thank you for your input. Mr. Mohammed Tariq Khan, what's your input on it? Will the human factor be reduced due to cybersecurity and artificial intelligence?
Yeah, actually, I tend to agree with MAJED al-SHODARI in his point of view. The cybersecurity or threat landscape is increasing. Due to this COVID-19, people have started working from home. Organizations, providing online consultancy services. There are many things which is happening on the online, and there are millions of billions of signals coming to organizations. So human factor will remain there, but it is difficult to handle all of these signals by the human. To handle these signals, the load of the data coming to the organization, it cannot be handled by the human, and we need one technology. And AI, artificial intelligence, is in the best position to take over the load of the human in this case. So, it should not, any technology or artificial intelligence specifically should not be considered as a replacement of human intervention. Actually, it should be used to support the people to keep their network environment safe and secure. But I understand that, in most of the cases, artificial intelligence can reduce the time to resolve or time to actions from days to hours to even minutes. But in my opinion, there will still be people will still be required to react to and implement those responses, and human remains a critical piece of the cybersecurity. As far as job requirements or employment is concerned, I still tend to agree with MAJED al-SHODARI that it will remain there, but it will become more competitive for the people who are in the cybersecurity. They need to enhance their skills in artificial intelligence to cope with the new technology, to cope with the job, to cope with the new challenges. And job will not be, diminishing, but change of the job, nature of the job will change there with time.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. I agree with you on that point. I believe that AI is going to enhance the way that the humans use and enhance their security on their device, but I don't think that it could be in a point where it could replace it. Not at this moment. Maybe in the future with the updates and everything within that, we can rely on AI within this nature. But at the moment, I feel that the human factor is the most important factor in when it comes to cybersecurity.
Sure.
Let's move on to Mr. ABDELMAJED and Mr. Mohamed MOUSA. Why is data quality important for AI in cybersecurity? Can you give us your inputs on this topic?
Yes, yes, Abdullah. It's really very important for not only AI. Whatever that you have any project or any task you need to do, you have to check the quality of the data that you need to grasp. Because, for example, even if you are working in SOC, if you get all these logs without any prioritizing what you needed exactly, you will be losing. So it's the quality of the data for the AI itself. So it will help to enhance the AI work. It will help to enhance the objective that being added to the AI machine that it should do. Even though for like data loss prevention, now we have like a classification tool to classify the data, which critical, which is public. All of these, you have to make segregation that what you need to do, what exactly important, what less important than that. You have to classify the things and the quality of the data that you have to input for the machine. Yes.
I completely agree to it. Also to avoid having lots of false positives.
Right? Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right, Mr. Thank you for your input. Mr. Mohammed Mousa, let's move on to you. Give us your input on.
Yes, before I answer these questions, I need just to add a point to the human factor of the artificial intelligence and link it to the quality control also of the output of the artificial intelligence. When we are talking about artificial intelligence in autonomous systems, like self-driving cars, cars who are not drive itself right now, do you think we still not needing a driver behind the steering in the car when it's drive itself? No. I attended some experiment in KAUST about the autonomous car and the car drive itself in the campus of the KAUST, and they are now still needing a driver to supervise the systems. And when we are talking in artificial intelligence and information security, we are talking beyond the human capabilities. We are talking about the huge fast analysis to our data and monitoring, but we still need a human factor, especially in information security, to adjust the expectation of the systems, to monitoring the quality of the system. As you said, to avoid more false positive alarms coming from the systems. However, human factor will not replace the artificial intelligence system, and vice versa. The system will not replace the human factor. We still need a quality control, a huge governance for output for this system to get exactly what is the expectations from artificial intelligence, especially if this system is using machine learning. So it's need in the beginning or starting of its operation to monitoring the learning process of the system. And this is the rule of the human factor to establish a quality output and the quality controls and the governance from the artificial intelligence system.
Perfect input. Thank you for your comments. How has machine learning? How is machine learning adapted in cybersecurity? Could you gentlemen address this? Mr. Mohammed Tariq, let's have you on this one. Let's talk about machine learning in cybersecurity.
Machine learning cybersecurity, we know about machine learning. Machine learning, is the subset of the artificial intelligence. Okay, and it contains, a lot of algorithms, a lot of, built-in algorithms which can be used for the machine learning. The important thing again here, the data. The type of data you are, entailing or you are injecting in the machine learning. You need to train the machine learning algorithm as per your needs or expectations. So in this case, it is like this, garbage in and garbage out. If you put a garbage in the machine learning, you will get the garbage out. You will not get the, informed decisions, or, you will always get, something which you cannot rely on. It will provide a, false sense of security. So in this case, we need to have a good quality of data, which can be used to train the machine learning, and the machine learning, based on the expectation, can provide the expected requirements of the cybersecurity in terms of incidents, active components, some scenarios, and all of these things.
Great. So in the future, what are you looking forward to as chiefs and managers or the heads of the departments within the cybersecurity? What are you looking forward with AI integrating in cybersecurity? What's your vision in it, and how will you adapt it in your company? And what are you looking forward to in the advancement of AI? We'll start out with Mr. Majed.
Okay, this is an excellent question because it's all about money in here. It's an investment. I think the first one to answer it's the corporate itself and how willing they are financially would like to invest in the area of AI, ML, whatever new technologies or emerging technologies. So going forward, as a chief, okay, who is accountable for the information security with the respect of other gentlemen and audience with us, I suggest that also we don't forget and give a good intention, okay, and attention to the digital business transformation that's happening in our companies. So going forward only with the AI itself for the cybersecurity, it's not preferred without thinking about the digital business transformation agenda in companies. So forever. So for example, in here, I wanna just bring the AI because I wanna be, or I wanna have the AI in my environment for the cybersecurity. No one said the cybersecurity requirements will ever end. It's always asking for budget. It's always asking for investments. But if we think about it with the business mindset, we need AI to improve our online sales. Okay, where we can understand the customer behavior and have better analysis and of course outcomes, where we can have this online cloud cyber things, okay, and increase the profit for this company. I think this is a good study to go with the AI for the cybersecurity to support the online sales. But going with the idea itself for AI, again, I'm a cybersecurity, but just for having the AI or whatever new technology without getting to the level of competing other competitors within, for example, my industry here, insurance, I don't think it's a good investment. So we need to take care also of our digital business transformation as well as AI and of course, overall the cybersecurity to go forward. So there is no straightforward answer. It all depends on how financially and digital business transformation position and investment.
I strongly agree with you here. The budget and the budget requirements for the cybersecurity and the dedicated from the board members and the chief levels of supporting the department is also required for things to function properly. Let's move on to Mr. ABDELMAJED.
Yes, Abdullah, you actually touched the pain point, the budget and the support from the management. You know, we are always having a lot of issues with this. You have to try to talk a business language with the chief and the CEOs and C-levels, so they can understand well what the return of investment, what they will spend for, what the benefit they will get. For sure, you have to translate exactly how the AI can convert their traditional working to reduce the cost, reduce the timing that the employees they are doing the work, they get the report, they send them trying to do all the activities related to cybersecurity. Maybe it will be very huge reduced and help more on achieve the required from the cybersecurity to be in a minimum time. So you have to talk on this language to let the C-level understand well how can the cybersecurity the AI in cybersecurity can convert their processes and how they can work for more advanced way in cybersecurity.
Great input. Thank you. Mr. Mohamed MOUSA. Give us your input.
Thank you, Abdullah. Yes, we are speaking about the future of artificial intelligence. Of course, budget constraints and the budget challenge will affect the development of artificial intelligence, but this is on the customer side. However, in the vendor side, is it affected? No, I think we still expect more and more from the vendor side to integrate artificial intelligence in our security products. Because now and after COVID-19, the threat landscape has become larger than before. So I receive a lot of sales presentations about we are the second generation of the vendor. We are utilizing artificial intelligence, and actually they are not. They are just added some behaviors analysis more by using some programming. And when we are talking about artificial intelligence expectation in the future, we are speaking about taking a decision of blocking, taking a decision for drop emails, taking more decisions. So we still in the beginning, yes, we're facing a lot of budget constraints. We face a lot of financial, but we are as a security professionals expect more and more in the security field from artificial intelligence professionals and and vendors. So now we have a great examples or a great solution sorry, for supporting sales, online sales. If we are speaking about some cloud native programming that can for virtual sales or virtual reality for sales, as we are utilizing in IKEA right now, we need artificial intelligence also to reach such a level of intelligence inside our security programs. I'm speaking a lot of using casing in emails, in SOC operations, in endpoint protections. In summary, we expect more in the future from artificial intelligence to go beyond the human capabilities in the information security. Budget constraints, yes, this is from our side, but I believe this is the responsibility of vendor to introduce more and more integrations with our security solutions.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Mohammed Tariq, let's go back to you. Would you like to have any input? Or?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm working in a very heavily regulated sector, the banking. And in the banking sector, security is one of the most prominent factors where, the board of directors and senior management should consider. And if they don't consider, it is enforced by the regulator. It means banking sector, they have to do something because it is becoming a regulatory requirement to avoid some penalties, some, sections of the bank. So budgeting, all of these things, even getting the management buy-in is not that thing here, because I can say management buy-in was difficult 2 decades before, 1 decade before, but now it is not the case because people are mostly aware about the cybersecurity, mostly aware about the impacts of cybersecurity, considering the new incidents, hacking attempts, penalties, all of these things. So Arab National Bank is also going towards the direction of digital transformation. The digital transformation, we are at the stage of very initial stage. We are simply thinking about how to, integrate strategy, cybersecurity strategy with the digital transformation. And we are building up a well-thought, security requirements, business expectations, risk and success criteria at this moment. We are not simply going towards to implement cybersecurity or AI technology in the environment, but we need to see, we are assessing the existing management expectations, cybersecurity requirements, and then based on these, we will decide which product we have to go. And we are not simply deploying AI technique to replace any existing product, but we are trying to build up or implement AI technique or AI technology to complement the existing infrastructure. Because it is, for example, if you bring a product, AI technique or any other product, which is not compatible with the environment, it will not, give you the return of security investment. It will become a burden on the network. It will become the financial burden on the management. So we are very, very conscious on this, and we are very, in the phase of initial discussions, management requirements, security requirements, and probably by the next year, new year, we will have a new plan, strategic plan. We will try to, have something very, solid in case of implementing AI in cybersecurity.
Thank you for your input. I think we have to wrap up the meeting right now. I want to thank Tristan and every one of you for joining us today and giving your valuable input. And it was a pleasure to be with you guys, and highly appreciate it. Also, I'd like to have a special thank you to Engineer Omar Ajlani. He's the CEO. He's also viewing this panel. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Tristan, for this great event.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you.
Thank you for all. Thank you for all.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the entire panel for joining us once again. Thank you.